Hey everybody, it's Sarah, and it's Spirited Saturday. Actually, it's Sunday now, but I decided that I would put up a video anyway to finish off the week. And this week we deviated a little bit from our topic plan, to talk about, amazing women, because it's International Women's Day, or it was this past week. And, so talking about amazing women, talking about what makes an amazing woman, talking about women that we admire, and just really celebrating the fact that we are women. And that can be very, very hard for people to do with eating disorders, as they're not accepting of themselves, and they're definitely not accepting of their bodies. And all of that compiled together, just the respect for the fact that the human body and the human soul is so beautiful and so courageous and so resilient, and that women are especially attuned at tapping into that and celebrating the people that can do that just gets, pushed aside, and that's really unfortunate. I didn't really have a whole lot of really strong female figures in my life. Still don't. I've had some male role models, but I've never had female role models. And I guess that's one of the things that was really, truly special about recovery for me, was that I got to meet all these really courageous, wonderful, beautiful, compassionate, good, resilient, just amazing women. And, it's an honor to be in their company, and it's an honor to share the beliefs that they have, and to have, similar goals. And it's just one of the things that in recovery was really, really important to me was I didn't know who I was, and I wanted to figure out who I wanted to be. So I have this, picture, this image of someone who I want to be. And that, I think, can be really important. And so I don't have an image of someone in particular that I admire. I admire different things and different people for different reasons, and I think that it's something that comes from within, beauty within. Yeah, it's something that really does start in the core of who you are, and it sort of exudes out, and it's visual, it's intuitive, it's, you can hear it, it's really, really special. And, when I think of something that I admire, I think of characteristics. I really admire assertiveness, I admire confidence, I admire courage, I admire persistence. One of the things I really admire is the ability to be gentle. So when I think of someone that I admire, I'm thinking characteristics. I'm thinking, what if their achievements speak so much louder than whatever they say themselves. So what do their achievements say? This is kind of an interesting thing. We have this show in Canada, and it's called What Would You Do? And it's a reality show where they frame sort of either a situation where someone needs help, or a situation where someone is doing something illegal, and it's up to the public to do something or to not do something, but they don't know it's a fake setup or whatever. And there was this woman who was homeless some of the time, and a homeless man, or this pretend homeless man, was laying out on the floor, or laying out on the ground, and I kid you not, 25 people walked by him because he was homeless and he was acting drunk. And she stood next to him, and she didn't have a cell phone, so she kept asking people, can you call this man an ambulance? Can you call this man an ambulance? And nobody would do it, which is truly heartbreaking, especially in my country. I like to think that we look out for each other, but anyway. And then it clicked for her, and she said to the next person that walked by, "Can you call an ambulance for my friend Joe?" In doing so, she personalized him, she made him a real person, she made him relatable, and in doing so, the next person stopped and called an ambulance for him. That is the last person that I saw that was truly, truly beautiful. She wasn't much to look at, but all I saw was this just stunning individual, and I was just so drawn and so attracted to her. She was African American, she had no hair, she was short, she had a limp, that kind of thing. So, for me, beauty within is something that is worth admiring. And for some reason, women especially are really, really good and really attuned to tapping into that. And the women that I've met in recovery from my eating disorder, and the women that, I've had the privilege to know and, grow with, are just inspiration. And that's another thing that's worth admiring. So, I don't think, oh, well, Margaret, is that Thatcher? The first British Prime Minister that was female. Anyway, I don't think that and think, oh, okay, that's someone I admire. I don't really ever have a complete person that I admire, but I have little snippets. And in doing that, it's really, really nice because I get surprised. And I get surprised by the really, really nice things in the world because I don't expect them to be as nice as they are. Women, we have such a bad tendency to be really catty, to, drag others down. The bottom line is that most of us live in a patriarchal society. Most of us, on some level, are battling inequality, and most of us, at some point or another, have the same experience. And we spend so much time tearing each other down. I don't understand it. For me, being a woman is about tapping into that beautiful grace and that wonderful, sort of stunning aura of beauty within. But also, having the back of the woman next to you. So, within our sisterhood, make sure that you have your own back and the back of someone next to you and the back of someone else. And if you're constantly looking out for someone as well as yourself, and someone else is doing the same, think about how strong we can be, because everybody's back is covered. Nobody has any sort of vulnerabilities or, flaws or anything like that, because, we've all band together and decided on a common goal or a common achievement or a common set of ideals. And I think it's really unfortunate that we don't do that as much as we should. But at the same time, like I said, when you see it, and you will see a lot of it in eating disorder recovery, when you see it, it's just amazing. It's just beyond words. It's really special. So I will see you next week. Take care.